the Jacqueline Stassen Show. I'm your host, Jacqueline Stassen, and today we are pleasured with the presence of Mr. Howie Mandel. Hi, Howie. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Wish I could say the same.
So, after reading your book, Here's the Deal, Don't Touch Me, by you, and co-written by Josh Young, we learned a little bit more about your ADHD and your OCD. How is this affecting you?
Well, I think ADHD and OCD is kind of a part of who I am. And I'm lucky I have a whole team of support behind me, including my fans, my wife, and my kids. Hi, Alex, Terry, Jackie, and Riley.
Okay. Well, in the book you talked about all the pranks that you played in the course of your lifetime. Why do you even do them?
Well, I think ADHD and OCD are a big part of that. I get these impulses and it's like there's no stopping me. I have to do them. I do regret some of them though.
Oh, which ones do you regret?
Well, one in particular is the time I made Lou Dino dress up as a woman and board a plane. That didn't really go over so well, but yeah. I definitely regret it because it cost me the friendship of Lou, and we aren't as close as we were, even till today.
Did he forgive you?
He forgave me, but it's just our friendship hasn't been the same.
I know what you're talking about. It's been a really long road for success for you, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. You started up as a stand-up comedian at Yuck Yucks, and you just really started out as a nobody. How'd you really know when you made it big?
I don't remember it as being a single moment, but when celebrities started hiring me as their opening acts, I thought to myself, hey, you might actually be funny.
And look, the audience agrees. Well, there's been a lot of talk about you having no hair. Why'd you decide to shave it all off?
Well, another thing with the ADHD and OCD. With the ADHD, it was an impulse, but it kind of went hand in hand with the OCD because it felt a lot cleaner and I wasn't as obsessed with washing my hair. To keep it note, I still did wash my hair around 20, 25 times a day.
Wow.
My head, I guess.
I washed my head like once a week. Just wash it every day. But not 27. Not 27 times. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about your childhood? Did you always know you wanted to be a comedian?
Well, I wasn't so sure I wanted to be a comedian. But what I did know was that I needed the attention all the time. I would go into my little infant brother, who was just about one at the time, and I would go into his room and sock this little infant in the arm till he's crying bloody murder. And I'm standing off at the side like a kid does, and my mom comes down and she's like, Howie, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I just needed the attention, you know. I would hurt my brother just so he would start crying, and you would think he would get the attention. But she would yell at me, I'd get the attention, and everyone was happy. Except for my mom.
Do you still hurt kids? I mean, just to get attention?
No.
Okay, that's good. When you went to school, you did go to school, right?
Up until high school when I dropped out. Yeah.
Oh, well, at school, you didn't get all the attention there, too, did you?
Let me see. School was, well, what? Since my ADHD, which was undiagnosed at the time, whenever I had to go to the bathroom, I would get distracted along the way there by that new oh-so-fun toy, and I would pee my pants. And so, I would go out on the playground, find a puddle, and submerge my whole lower body in it so that my whole pants would be wet instead of just the pee stain. And puddles were wet, and so was pee. And the kids would call me the boy. Yes, the boy. Well, we're playing 20 questions here. I have a question for you.
Well, okay.
Do you like 3D movies?
Sure, doesn't everybody?
3D glasses. Put those on.
I will.
Doesn't look like it's coming right at you?
Yeah! Well, we'll see you after the break.
I want you when the sun comes up. I wanna make you mine. I wanna make it count. I want you. I wanna take you home. I'm gonna make it known. I wanna take
Lasts a long time and is great for sports.
I love my Converse.
Your life's drab. Converse will make it fab. So we're back with Howie Mandel. So Howie, you're kind of a jack of all trades.
The key words in that sentence were kind of.
Well, you acted on the hit TV show St. Elsewhere. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I played Dr. Wayne Fiscus. I was a top Hollywood big shot. And in one of the last seasons, I really was shot. They tried to write me out, but since I was so clean, they decided to keep me in for the rest of the time.
How many seasons did it even air?
Only 6, but it was a really great experience.
I'm sure it was. And boy, did a lot of hearts break when it ended. Including my mother's.
So did my wife's. For some reason, she always loved having me out of the house.
I would too. No offense or anything there. So, can you tell me a little bit more about your appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson?
Well, I'll sum it up for you. I found a 30-foot long saber-toothed tiger and a huge carrot. I had one of the stage guys tie the carrot to the top of the head of the tiger. Kind of just went downhill from there. Like, I had one of the trumpet guys and Johnny Carson helped me maneuver the saber-toothed tiger, for a really awkward 2 minutes. And 2 minutes on TV, you would know because you're talk shows.
I am.
2 minutes on TV show just maneuvering a saber-toothed tiger in complete silence is really awkward. So when Johnny Carson decides to ask you after you maneuver it, so why is there a saber-toothed tiger with a carrot on his head? And I said, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, no one laughed.
I would have. Too bad I wasn't involved yet.
Too bad.
Too bad. Too bad. So, Howie, can you tell us a little bit more about the chapter in your memoir called Uh-Oh?
Well, it starts off with me at physical, which I have to get every year for insurance reasons for deal or no deal. And so what the doctor usually will ask you if you've done this, done that, and then he'll take a stethoscope and listen to your heart. Now, I don't know about any of you guys, but I was on a hit TV show, St. Elsewhere, and I played a doctor. And I know enough to know that when a doctor says uh-oh after he just listens to your heart, it's not a good thing.
I wouldn't imagine it to be.
So, it turns out I have an odd rhythm in my heart, and sometimes it will go out of rhythm. And every time it does, my handy dandy BlackBerry will give me a call from LifeWatch. Surprisingly, it gets really annoying.
Why? What exactly is LifeWatch?
LifeWatch is a heart program, and every time that it sees your heart is not going at the right rhythm, it will call you and make sure you're okay. So it kind of goes a little something like this. Oh my God, LifeWatch is calling. Are you okay, sir? I can't really breathe right now, but yeah, you know, I'm just dying here. It's all good.
That was a funny one, Howie. Round of applause. So, can you tell us a little bit more about your hit TV show, Deal or No Deal? How did it even start?
Phone call. They called me asking if I wanted to be the lead guy in this show that was started in Europe and all these other countries, and it was really famous. So I wasn't really sure at first, but since my wife pointed out that my career was like this, with her encouraging, I decided to do it. And the show really did help me because no one was calling me for comedy anymore, and I said, one night I came home and I'm just like, I quit. No one liked me.
Oh, that's sad. I still liked you all throughout your career. How? I got a paper cut.
At least you don't have sandflies under the surface of your skin multiplying.
What are you even talking about?
When I was little, after a trip I went to in Florida, my skin started itching. And I looked down, sure enough, there are sandflies crawling directly under the surface of my skin and multiplying. Like, you could see them moving around in my skin. And you all wonder why I'm a germaphobe. It took a month straight of constant, like, my mom came up with this, like, little remedy thing, and she would go like that to me every night for a month. It hurt really bad, and you could, after she rubbed at it, just, my skin would come open, and the pus would come out from the sandfly that was under my skin.
Why didn't you go to the doctor or something? Get that fixed with medication.
Actually, I was the first one. I was the first person who had the cause thing, and so actually I went to this like little doctor science fair thing, and the guy put dry ice on me.
That stuff hurts.
It did hurt, and I was screaming, and my mom just ran out. So that's how she came up with her own remedy to fix it, because people don't really like getting dry ice on them.
I wouldn't imagine them liking it. I mean, it hurts a lot.
Amen.
I'm sorry, folks, but this is it. We've run out of time. Thank you so much, Howie, for coming and being a guest on my show.
It was my pleasure. And remember, folks, never take a giant carrot and tie it to the top of a giant saber-toothed tiger. Take it from me. It's not funny.